Good morning, everyone. Morning, good morning, good morning. Morning or good day, depending on where you're from. Welcome back to live stream. What are you doing today? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. How's everybody doing today? I'm going to take some time to welcome everybody into the stream, and we'll start to get into some of the information. But first things first, happy Friday. All made it to the end of another week. So, one, if you're green on the week, give yourself a pat on the back. You know, there's nothing easy about this business. So if you somehow found a way to finish the week green, give yourself some credit. Two, if you're red on the week, understand that you need to become the most efficient. So if you're red on the week, don't make it any worse. Okay, understand that there's always going to be another opportunity. Three, if you've yet to trade yet this week, let's focus up. Focus up and carry out our plan today that we could finish out on the right note. Okay, so just going to give people some time to join and welcome everybody into the live stream. We have a couple announcements as well, so we'll do that. But morning, hey, happy Friday. How's everybody doing today? We have here, and then we'll go into some announcements. Morning, Funded Shubham. Morning, Mario. Morning, Droxy Trades. Morning, Spartan. Morning, Ham. Morning, Harry. Morning, Saj. Morning, Jip Smith. Okay. Morning, AO. Morning, HMH. Morning, Bob. Morning, Jared. Mr. Reckless, what's up? Honest Trades, how are you doing today? Trading with Guy, good morning. Hawk, good morning. Green, good morning. D, good morning. Nicolas, good morning. Goku, good morning. How's everybody doing today? Tad, what's up? How's your day going so far? Michael, good morning. Bye, Mac, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Here, I'll come a little bit closer to the mic. Maybe it's because I'm moving away from the second. Let me hit stand desk. Change this to thing. All right, that might be a little bit better. All right, that might help a bit. Hopefully that does the trick. All right, all right. Morning, Ross. Morning, D. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody's day going so far? How's everybody's week going? All right. Sorry about that. All good. Should be all fixed. I accidentally hit the mute button there when I have a sit stand desk, so didn't notice. We took the elevator down and now we're sitting. All right. So throw a 1 in chat if you're green on the week. Throw a 2 in chat if you're red on the week. Throw a 3 in chat if you've yet to trade this week. He said, we're doing great, but a bit sick. Oh, hopefully you feel better. Sorry about that. Trading wise, it's good. Yeah. Okay, good. Very good. Couple 1 start. Break even in there. Couple 3s. Couple more 1s. All right. Okay. Well, we got more than enough time to get prepared here. We'll be focused on New York Open. So we have a couple things to go over. We'll get some biases completed. We'll go through a top-down analysis, questions or answers. We got a handful of things to go through here today. When will the winners be in? Yeah, we could do that first. If that's what everybody wants to do, we could do the giveaways first. What do you all say? Should we do the giveaways first? Got to get over here. Have this right here. Should we do the giveaway first? What do you all think? Start the session off with the giveaway. We have this one and Instagram. Here, how about this? I'll give you all another 2, 3, 4 minutes. This will be the last chance. If you want to enter this giveaway, go enter this giveaway right this second because we're about to do the giveaway winners. Same thing with Instagram. I have the Instagram giveaway going as well. Let me check on that. Second here. All right, you guys all have a couple minutes. We're going to announce the winners of the Instagram giveaway and Twitter giveaway. So here, you got to go to the original tweet here. You go to the original tweet, just complete these 3 things, and we're about to pick a winner here any minute. Okay, so just a couple minutes, and we're picking that giveaway winner. Get ready, chat. Only a couple more minutes, and then we are announcing the winners. If you have won one of these giveaways, congratulations. If you haven't, just keep following along. I'm going to do my best to get as many giveaways for everybody throughout the entire year. So, the amount of giveaways that I've done over my time in the trading space is astronomical at this point, but there's no reason to try to get better. Excuse me. There's no reason not to try to get better. I still need more coffee, don't. We're going to try to enhance that amount of giveaways. We're going to try to do it maybe once a week. But before, it was about once a month. We're going to at least do it multiple times with. So we're going to go ahead and do the giveaway winners on Instagram first. You'll be able to easily see the Instagram winners by checking my story. Start with that, and then you guys can watch me do the Twitter giveaway. So there's certain firms that I will not be doing giveaways for. Any firm that I cannot do my due diligence on, I need to make sure they're credible first, or even considering doing anything with them. So there's certain firms that I won't do, whereas there are firms that I will. So that. All right. All right, let's get some winners going. Resilient, morning. Baez, good morning. Rich, good morning. AS Trader, good morning. The Fish, good morning. How's everybody doing today? Graham, thanks for joining. Glad you could be here. We are actually about to run the Instagram giveaway right now. Timing. You will be able to see the Instagram winners here shortly on the Instagram giveaway. That'll be on the story, and let's go ahead and do the giveaway as well. Now, I'm specifically doing this here live on stream so that you all can see that I don't pick winners, right? I'll show you right now. It's randomly generated, so it's pure luck, right? Everybody gets a chance. All you have to do is make sure you like and retweet, right? Tag 3 friends, and must be following. So this is my job here. I grab the link. I go over to X picker, Twitter picker. Yep, the X picker. Okay. So get ready. Put the URL into here. Got to like and retweet. Okay. Going to be 5 winners. Must be following at Ash Trades. Must be following at my profile picture. No, we don't need a profile picture. Banner, no. Description, no. Location, no. Minimum tweets. Me. Past month. Let's do a week. Latest tweet. No, we'll do any for that actually. Count older than. We'll do 1 week for that. And then minimum followers, we got to at least do 2 because you got to be following me and My Fun of Futures. Okay. All right, who's ready? Who's ready, chat? We'll do the giveaway, and then we will start to get into information. Ready for... Do I press it? All right, let's see. All right. How to enter the giveaway. You are right on time. This is your last chance. You got to go over here. Got to go to this tweet. Following Ash Trades and My Fun and Futures. Just like and retweet. So if you don't have 2 followers, you're out. Say following, right? Not followers. Oh. Tommy, thank you. Oh, that should be 0. Thank you, Tommy. I read that incorrectly. I thought it said following. W Tommy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I thought that said following, so I put 2 because you have to be following me and My Fun of. But thank you, thank you, thank you. W Tommy. Last chance. Last chance here. All right, people. Here you go. Here's your 5 winners. Let me just double check one last time. Yep, 5. Okay. Who are our winners? 3, 2, 1. See what we got here. Let's see. Norfor, Kale, Felipe, and Man Patel, Dona. Oh my God. I think this person might have won one before. No way. There's a slight chance Dona Justin has won one before. I feel like I've seen. All right. Here, let me take a screenshot of this. Now I got to go tell everybody on here. This. Are and let's make sure to tag them so they see. Follows you. Perfect. At Phil. Yeah. If I'm saying anybody's name wrong, please do correct me. Follows you. Hey. Hey. Ooh, nice. Copy. Follows you. Okay, everybody's following the rules, it looks like. Curious to see. Follows you. Okay. Eyes. All right. Congratulations to the winners. For anybody that did not win, understand that I do this basically every week at this point. So this is not the first, not the last, any other opportunities. All right. Now let's hop back onto the chart while double checking that Instagram was completed. The Instagram. Have our winners for Instagram. Gucci Trading, Max 0968V, Danny Valendia, OG, Dr. Johnson, Joe Baram, 10. Any of those people are in here. If any of the Twitter winners are here, do me a favor, DM me. I am going to focus on live stream here, so just and I'm going to do my analysis. I'm going to focus on trading, and I'll get those DMs, and we'll get those. Oh. That was the first announcement. Congratulations to the winners. Once again, I know I'm repeating myself, but there's new people joining the stream. We do that every single week, so just follow along, whether it's in the Discord, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on Instagram. We're doing those every single week, so there will be. We've handed out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of giveaways at this point. The amount of people that have come back to me, you know, reaching payouts from an account that they didn't even have to purchase, there quite literally isn't better ROI on something. So trying to get as many opportunities for everybody as possible. To be honest, to be fully transparent, The larger this stream grows, the more giveaways we're going to get. It's very simple marketing. Everybody understands it. Prop firms want to get in front of a large audience. Well, get a larger audience, then we'll get more giveaways. Very simple cause and effect type. So let's see where this goes. Let's continue to keep doing giveaways every week. Stay up to date with the socials, and you'll be exposed. Good morning, Nate. How's your day going? Where's the winners list? We just posted it on Twitter. And then the one on Instagram is on my story. So you can see the there. So we use a random name generator called the X Picker. It's not like I don't manually pick anything. So just so everybody. Going well. My day is going well too. Thanks for asking. Need to finish this coffee. I'll getting ready for the session. Very happy about the way that 2026 has started. We are green on the year, and that leads me into my second announcement. We are up here. Has not gotten issued yet, but where I was going with that statement is I'm getting my first payout from Blue Capital. That should happen today. That should happen today. Here, let me, if I could even make it a little bit closer. Maybe it being closer will all. Let me see. That helps. How's that sound? Is that better? This is like as close as it could get at this point. What do you guys think about this? All right, good, because it literally can't get any closer at the so. I don't know. Maybe I do have one more mic, but maybe it's just I literally need to be right in front of this thing, or else there will be audio. Hello, Ash. Good morning, Micah. How are you? How's your day going so far? Gotta speak loud and clear. It's definitely not my volume. I'm almost yelling over here. Ash, do you have any videos or know of any good ones explaining time frame alignment? I've always been confused by that. Pretty much, you want to be using one higher time frame. A higher time frame would be considered a daily or higher. You want to be using one intermediate time frame. An intermediate time frame would be like an hourly or a 15. You want to use one lower time frame. That's going to be like a 1 minute or a 5 minute. The reason for that is so, one, information overload. You don't want to be analyzing 30 different charts, right? You don't want to analyze the weekly, the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 15 minute, the 5 minute. You just want to pick 2 or 3 charts so that you don't fall into information overload. The highest time frame is where I get my bias, right? So the daily is normally where I get my bias. Then the intermediate time frame is my key level that I look for SMT, right? So an hourly or 15-minute chart, that's where I'm getting my key levels to look for SMT. And then I'm looking to execute on a 1 or a 5-minute chart. Okay, so the purpose is to have some higher time frame, to have a key level, then to look for an entry. Good morning, Ash. Can you review yesterday's NQ short? Was your bias neutral? I was bullish yesterday. So the short that was posted, um, hear me clearly, and I've said this a million times. I even have sections in my Discords explaining this. If my execution labels are not shown on the chart, I didn't execute the position. Plain and simple. There are many times where I'll document my model where I didn't execute that position, right? Yesterday was one of those examples. I had a bullish bias yesterday. A short position occurred. I didn't execute that position because I was bullish. Okay? And you can clearly see that because there's no execution labels on there. There's even multiple sections in the Discords explaining that. Okay, so if I want a 1 minute entry, use the 15-minute key level sweep SMT. Yes, that works great. Yes, a 15-minute key level that shows SMT. Then once that occurs, going to a 1 minute to look for an entry function. Notice the process as well. You start on the higher time frame. It's always a top-down analysis. Start on the higher time frame, you get a bias. Then you wait for New York Open to occur. You go into New York Open with that bias. You go to that intermediate time frame looking to see if you're at a key level that aligns with that bias. Right? So if I'm bullish, right, I would want to see price be at a bullish fair value gap or a swing low as a key level. I would look for SMT to happen there during New York Open. Then I would look for an entry function. Now, whether you want to use the hourly to the 5 minute, that's fine. Whether you want to use the 15-minute to the 1 minute, that's fine. Either one of those work. Really nice. Thank you. Hope you are doing well too. Thanks for asking, Micah. Yeah, my day is going well. Glad you could be here. Very excited to get a Friday session in with everybody. We got New York Open coming up in an hour here. We did some giveaways. We're going back and forth with the community. So slowly getting prepared, getting some announcements completed. Just going back and forth with the community. And then shortly, we're going to start analyzing so that we can make sure we get a game plan ready for the session. That way we can be ready for New York Open. Good morning, Ash. Good morning, The Punisher. How are you doing today? Happy Friday. You've made it to the end of the week. Let's go. SMC Futures, how are you doing today? Love from Dubai. Wow, I've never been to Dubai before. We Snap Tunes, how are you doing today? Been following for a while. Your content leveled up big time this year. Thank you very much. I mean, as you can see, we got the new office. We got new, an entirely new setup. Thank you to White Chocolate. He was able to update all of the equipment, help me put together a new office. We got a brand new camera as well. So that's probably why you can see a better picture, better quality. Trying to increase the quality this year across the entire business. So better camera, better mic, I think. Somehow the mic keeps going in and out, but trying to increase the quality, trying to increase the content. You guys should be seeing more reels, more shorts, more live streams, the whole nine. How we doing, Unk? Dang, I'm Unk already. Am I actually at Unk status already? Are you serious? Good morning. How are you doing today? Would you correspondingly use the daily for bias, whether you want to use a 5-minute entry with an hourly key level or a 1-minute entry with a 15-minute key level? Yes, you can use the daily for either one of those. That's completely fine. The thing that matters is that you have one higher time frame, one medium time frame, one lower time frame. So if you want to do daily, do the 15-minute to the 1-minute, that's completely fine. Very good question. News today. Yeah, let's slowly get into our information here. Let's hop over here to make sure we understand what the news is today. Okay, we got a 9:45 a.m. red folder. PMI. Got PMI coming up here. So we definitely have to be aware of 9:30 being an important time and 9:45. Okay, New York Open's always going to be an important time, but we also need to be aware of the red folders. Okay, so very good job pointing that out. Thank you very much. My day always starts on the economic calendar. So in terms of creating a process, when I create a process, it starts with time. And you're looking at the time right now, right? Understanding when the red folders are and understanding New York Open. After analyzing time, then I go to the daily chart to analyze a bias. And I must say, this is disgusting. What is this? I mean, we've been squeezing inside this weird range for how long, man? Get us out of here. Get us out of here. This is annoying. We're going to go over bias here very shortly, but the purpose of the conversation is the process. I analyze time. Right, so when I'm creating a game plan, first thing I do is analyze time. Second thing I do is create a bias. Third thing I do is look for a key level that has SMT. Then, if all those three things can be completed, that's when I go look for an entry function. So this is my game plan. This is what I do heading into New York Open every single day. Good morning, Matt. How are you doing today? Gaetano, what's up, man? How's everything been? Happy Friday. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Very excited to get another session in here. New York Open, probably about 40, 50 minutes away. Just taking some time to go over information first, and then we'll create a game plan and ready for New York Open. Hope your week went well. Thanks for joining. Good morning from Toronto. Ooh. Sorry. Toronto must be really cold right now, huh? That's why I'm saying that. You all probably have like a couple inches of snow at this point, right? Good morning, Ash. Hey, Ricardo, what's up? How's everything going? You have a game console over there? That's a, if you're are you talking about what's on the, that's a Lego set, if you're referring to that thing over there. Other than that, I have my PC. What I'm currently on right now. Looks very nice. Thank you very much. A lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of work. Definitely an upgrade, so definitely very happy about it. Doing good, brother. Just passed some accounts in Asia last night. Let's go. Congratulations on passing those accounts. Now, the real work is about to happen. You need to turn those past accounts into payouts. Okay, so time to focus up. Stay in the funded account. Get to the payout. Find some consistency. Piano never got justice. All I'm saying, listen, chat. Listen, this is a key right here. Okay? Because it might happen sometime in the future. If I ever do some kind of, what is it called? Trivia question. If I ever do some kind of trivia question, bet on the over for the piano comment. That's all I'm saying. Always take the over for the piano comment. Thank you for what you do. You've made a real impact on my journey. Curious to know, what are your plans for 2026? Thank you for the kind comment. I'm trying to provide value every single chance I can, whether that's live streaming, whether that's helping with education and providing my experiences so people can learn from it, or if that's from the giveaways, making sure other people get accounts. The whole nine. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to provide as much value as much as I can. So thank you very much for that. What are your plans for 2026? Let's go over that real quick. I did make a tweet about this. I'm not going to go find it. It's far at this point. Plans for 2026. 3 different plans here. So let me take a sip of coffee and then let's go over this because I think this is very important for everybody to work on, to be honest. Okay. So plans for 2026. There's 3 different goals here. Okay. In my opinion, diversification is key for this business. Okay. It's going to help you survive. It's going to help your emotional and mental intelligence. And what I mean by this is this right here. You need to diversify. You need to have prop firms. You need to copy trade prop firms. And you also need to have cash accounts and be in other markets. Okay. So, for example, I have my real estate. I have my crypto. I have my stocks. You need a cash account. You need long-term accounts. That's one form of an account, right? You need to diversify across other markets. Something long-term, something that you're, storing money somewhere so that you're going to hand down to your kids someday. That's like long-term. And those long-term positions for me are real estate and some stocks and crypto. So those bags, looking to increase those bags and continue to hold them for the rest of the time. That's one goal. So one goal would be increasing my long-term. Okay. That's the first goal. And I think everybody needs to be working on this. That's why we're having a conversation about it. Diversification is key. Okay. Second goal, copy trading prop firm. Right. Let's get 40 accounts connected to a copy trader and let's get a compounded payout. Okay. Now, before I go deeper into that statement, you have to understand that you need to understand where you are at in the journey. You're not ready to be copy trading 40 funded accounts. Do it one account at a time. So just start with one. Don't just instantly purchase 40 on your first time, your first attempt. Prove it to yourself first, right? Get some payouts from one single account. Use those payouts to compound and get more accounts. Okay. So give yourself grace, give yourself time, do your due diligence, make sure you educate yourself on this business first, and then attempt to compound. So the second goal would be compounded payouts, copy trading, 40 different funded accounts, getting one large payout, right? So that's the second goal, copy trading. The third goal would be to continue in my live account. So I don't know if anybody saw the interview recently, but I got a chance to interview the president of Blue Row Capital. Blue Row Capital is an affiliated proprietary trading firm of My Funded Future. So what that means is at My Funded Future, when you go through the eval, if you pass the eval, get into a simulated funded account. If you achieve a certain amount of payouts in the simulated funded account, you get moved into a live account. When you get moved into a live account, that live account is going to be sent over to Capital. Okay. With Blue Row Capital, there are a lot of incentives to having that live account. Some of those incentives are having a risk management team, right? So it's not just me making sure there's a stop loss, there's somebody else, right? Taking a look and saying, hey, here are your limits, right? A risk management team. There's capital increases. So when your performance is beneficial, you can get your capital increased. So they will help compound that live account. Also mentorship. I got to talk to a market maker. I interviewed a 20-year market maker on Tuesday. tell me, would you want to be learning from a market maker? Yeah. Yeah, I would be. So the purpose of the conversation is the goals, and those are the 3 goals. So continuing to better my incentives in the live account, that's one goal. Copy trading 40 funded accounts and getting a compounded payout, that's a second goal. A third goal is increasing my long-term bags. So obviously that's all trading related. Yeah, I do have personal goals as well, family and health, real estate, stuff like that. But it seemed like the question was about trading. So very good question. What are some of your, what's everybody else's goals here? Are we setting some goals? Are we hitting some goals? Where are you all at? Where are you all at? I would love to hear your goals as well. So throw your goals in chat. I would love to see what you all are working on, but that's what I'll be doing here, and I'll be doing it here live. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I will be live streaming 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Of course, if any emergencies come up or something, I will make sure to make some announcement for when I'm not capable of going live. But schedule looks like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then after that, 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. also live streaming on the My Funded TV channel. So many live streaming opportunities, a bunch of time with the community, and we are going to work on our business throughout 2026. Come on, guys, press the like button. Thank you, Muhammad. I greatly appreciate that. Perfect timing. Chat, hit the sub button, hit the like button, turn the notifications on. That way you could be notified for when we go live throughout the year. Thank you, Muhammad. Thanks for bringing that up. Your PDFs on WAP are super helpful, bro. Thanks for doing those. I greatly appreciate that, Tyler. Thanks for bringing that up. I'm going to update those, not in the sense of the information needs to be updated, but the branding does. I need a 2026 version, right? So I'm going to do those again. That way there could be a 2026 version, and I'm hoping to increase the quality there as well. So instead of it being writing, I was thinking about doing some visual effects on. Still the same information, right? SMT is SMT. There's no changing that. Breaker block is a breaker block. There's no changing that. But I think I can increase the quality on those. So I'm looking at doing that well, and I'll definitely hand those out when they're. Is there any plan for a podcast in the channel? I do have some podcasts coming up. They're not on my channel, so I'm not going to leak that right now. But that is something that has already been done in the works. I don't want to leak that. You'll see. You all will see that in the coming future. Expecting 20 cm snow on Sunday. Oh my. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so I guess that Toronto comment was accurate. Buckle up then. You better go get some food. You better go get some candles. You better get prepared. Jeez. Ash, can you explain your monitor setup as far as how many screens and what are you monitoring? Very good. So I don't know if Nate, am I able to off the looks? All right, maybe a little office tour. Maybe that could just be video in itself. It from not very technologically inclined, but it looks like the camera's like attached to the mount. So I'm gonna pick it off the mount at the moment. But so for monitors, I have 3 different monitors right now. I have one monitor up top, one monitor on bottom, and I have a ultra wide that is standing up and down. So 3 monitors in total. The top one is usually ES. bottom one is usually NQ, and the one on the right is usually the working monitor. So like making sure that OBS is up and running so that the live stream is running is on the right monitor. One that's standing up and down. That's also where YouTube is as well. So I can go back and forth with that and talk to you guys. And then on the top and bottom monitor here, that's where I need to see the divergence. I need to see NQ. I need to see ES. Those are the two things that I monitor during New York Open. So 3 monitors in total, and then the cameras to the left. So you guys are all amazing. Sorry that I don't stare you guys in the face all day long, but the monitors are over here. So it's not that I'm ignoring you guys, but when my eyes are focused on the chart, they're focused on the chart. But 3 monitors in total, right? Still have some more time to go back and forth with chat. New York opens in about 40. We're going to make sure we get a game plan in. We are going to get set for the day. Don't worry about that. We just have time. So, morning, everyone. Hey, Tris, how are you doing today? Morning. Hope your day is going well. Ash, you've been my mentor for years. I'd love to support you by editing high-quality shorts from Africa, so even a small payment helps. But my main goal is to back. Well, grab some clips. Show me what you can do. I'm not going to guarantee anything. If the quality of work is not a quality that I can use, then I'm not going to use it. But if you can prove yourself, go ahead and try. If it's something that can be used, then we'll have a conversation. 40 accounts plus OSOC method all day, every day. Man, that would be the life, huh, Tyree? Love to just be, you know, shooting 40 accounts at a time every single. Please don't take me serious, anyone. Yeah, no, I knew that was sarcasm, Tyree. How are you doing today? Happy Friday. No goals, but healthy, lovely habits with loved ones. That's perfectly said, Mahan. Family and health will always be the #1 priorities, without a doubt. My goal is to stick to one strategy and beat FOMO. That's a great thing to bring up, and thanks for mentioning that, Bust a Move. Beating FOMO specifically, for me, was a matter of time. So you've probably heard me say many times before that conviction is built through experience, right? I'm going to be real frank, and sorry everybody for my language, but it's plain and simple. If you eat shit so much, there will be a point in time where you get sick and tired of it. Right? Like if you're just blowing accounts every single day, gone through hundreds of accounts, at some point in time, you're going to be so mentally drained and physically drained that you just can't accept that anymore. It's going to be so tiring. It's going to be a roller coaster to the point where that's going to be the thing that says, I'm done doing it. And that's okay. That is the experience of being a trader, as long as your family and your health are still taken care of, right? What truly matters in this life is your family and your health. So even if you're blowing accounts, family and your health is good, everything is okay. Now, yes, obviously we want to hit our goals in trading business. And that's what I'm saying is you do need to go through that experience to finally learn that. You will understand that you're tired of taking shit because you've done it so many times. Muscle memory built by repetition. You do something a million times over, then you're going to have a better understanding of it than if you only did it one time. Right? So the overall answer is keep working. Right? Keep learning, keep working, keep trying, get more repetition, get more experience. And with more experience, that's where I think you're going to beat the FOMO. But just to bring it back to the question, more experience will get rid of that FOMO. That's where I was going. sticking with one strategy, that's just a little bit of discipline. You know, doing what's right for yourself, even though you don't want to do it, that's what creates discipline. So that's the same thing as blowing accounts. Once you realize that the process greater than the results, that's when you're going to decide to start focusing on one process. Here's the thing, chat. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Every single strategy is going to have losses. Okay? Every single strategy is going to have losses. So if your mindset is like, oh, I'm on a 3-loss streak, let me see if a different strategy works, and then you move over to that next strategy and you have more losses, that's the point I'm trying to prove. Is it's not the strategy. It's you. Okay? It's your choice that you're making to decide whether you want to stick to your strategy or not. And at some point in time, you're going to realize that it's not a matter of being right or wrong. It's a matter of what makes you money. Okay? And when you find that thing that makes you money, then you're going to stick to it because you can recognize what is working and what is not working. Okay? I'm certain that every single person here is capable of achieving their goals. It's only a matter of time. So it definitely does take some delayed gratification, but let's keep showing up every single morning until we get there. Let's just keep working each week, each month, because I'm certain that everybody here can achieve their goals. Thank you. Thank you as well, Bob. Thank you for being here. Can we see the daily closure under 25,000? We could start to get into a bias here. I've just been going back and forth with chat. I had some announcements. My entire focus right now is on the gap here, the new week opening gap. I think that is what will be providing a lot of information here. Right? Like a new week opening gap is the same thing as a fair value gap. It's just some form of imbalance. So, are we getting rejected from resistance? Right? Like if this was a bearish fair value gap, you'd probably be looking at that as resistance. Right? And you might be saying, you know, consequent encroachment or 50% of the gap. Well, it's getting rejected by 50% of the gap here. So we'll dive deeper into that comment soon. I'm still going back and forth with chat. We are going to develop a bias and game plan here shortly. Still got another half an hour. So Ash, what's the biggest mistakes most new traders make in their first 6 to 12 months, and how do you fix it on your own journey? What are the biggest mistakes? In my opinion, they have unrealistic time frame. Okay? People want to rush to their goals without understanding the amount of time that it takes to get to those goals. Whether you make it in your first week, your first month, your first year, your first decade, there's going to be a learning curve. You're going to have to go through some form of education to understand how to conduct this business. People that blow up are usually the people that try to rush that experience. They try to get to the goal before doing their due diligence. So the first mistake I would say is having an unrealistic time frame, unrealistic expectations. If you have unrealistic expectations, if you think that your very first time trading, you're going to come in here and make $1 million, man, you're going to get run over time and time again, because that type of impulsiveness, that type of euphoricness, that is what makes you step away from risk management or the process. So the first thing I would say in terms of having a mistake is that impulsiveness, that rush, that need to get to your goal in an unrealistic time frame. That's the first mistake. The second mistake, I would say, in an individual's ability to control their mental and emotional intelligence. Majority of the time, the individual is a sore loser. People go on tilt because they don't get the result they're looking for. And then that tilt is what blows the accounts. So I understand that we're all humans. I understand that we weren't raised that way. But becoming the most efficient loser is going to help you make progress. Okay? You don't usually blow accounts when you just had a winner because you're so happy that you just go, you get off the screen and you go to the gym and you go, hey guys, look, I just made X amount of dollars. That's usually not the time that you blow up. Usually the time you blow up is when you get angry because you had a loss. So then you go back in thinking that you need to get that money back. That's going to be the thing that makes you blow. So being able to control your mental and emotional self, knowing thyself, becoming the most efficient loser, that would be my number 2 reason why people make the most. So got to deal with delayed gratification, got to become the most efficient loser. And then lastly, maybe this one should have been number 1, but risk management. People think that it's the strategy. It's not the strategy. It's your ability as an operator to carry out sound risk management for an extended period of time. It doesn't matter if you're trading EMAs. It doesn't matter if you're trading inversions. It doesn't matter if you're trading MACDs or RSIs or any type of VWAP or indicator. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're trading breaker blocks, unicorns. Who cares? Okay, that's not cool. Why is my... What is this? Why did I just get logged out of my live account? What? Okay. Gotta give me a... No way somebody's signing into the account, right? I'm sorry for the interruption. I was not expecting that. Hold on. How did I just get signed out of my live account without pressing any buttons? Hold on. Sorry for the interruption. Give me 2 seconds. Thing looks fine, but that was sketchy. What was the deal with that, chat? What? Okay, I think we're good. Okay. Good with that. I wonder if maybe they put a time limit on it? That happens to me sometimes. Oh, okay, so that's normal? Is there a time limit on these? I to be honest, that hasn't happened to me before, so that's why I'm sketched out. Oh, okay, it happens to you too? All right, that's a normal thing, chat? That's interesting. Why doesn't that happen to me? Is that only recent? Did that just start happening? Okay, well, I'm definitely not putting my credentials in front of all of you guys to count from it. We need to, how do we add maybe? Back in here. Or dark open since they're out again? Like, is it like a an hour? Is it 2 hours? What's the deal with that? That's interesting. All right. All right. At least I know I'm not being hacked or anything. That makes me better. Thank you, Chad. Thanks for happens to me day one on. Thank you. Thank you, Horizon. NQ Raisin. All right, let me see if I can find my spot back into chat. Ash, what was your win rate in 2025 playing the unicorn setup? I had a 50% win rate and I averaged a 1 to 2 risk to reward. That was for the year of 2025. Hey, Ash, do you only OSOC one account at a time? Yes, you should only OSOC one account at a time. Copy traders do not work well during OSOC, plain and simple. Normal trading does not work well during OSOC. So, yes, copy trade one account at a time. Additionally, there's the whole risk management conversation to have there. Right? Like you don't want to OSOC the expense of 40 different accounts. That's going to be a larger loss than the expense of one account. So yeah, I would only do one account at a time. Work your way up. What is your prediction? Yeah, we're about to create a game plan here any minute. We were just way ahead of New York Open, so I wasn't ready to make a bias. Just going back and forth with chat. We're going to create the game plan here any minute. We still got another 25 minutes, so you're going to get the bias, you're going to get the process, you're going to get the game plan, the whole nine. Just going back and forth with chat until it's time to do that. Welcome back, Ash. Thank you very much, and thank you for being here. Mohammed and MF Legacy. Morning, happy Friday. Very excited to be back. Going to be live streaming throughout the year. Please read Best Loser Wins by Tom Hogard. 100% chat. Please, if you haven't already, you need to read The Best Loser Wins by Tom Hogard. Without a doubt. Ash, I have a problem trading for like 2 years. I was scaling 10 USD every time, trying to flip to some decent money. Tell me a roadmap, please. In my opinion, I would start in an evaluation. I would get a funded account. After receiving payouts from the funded account, I would then go purchase more evaluations and then start copy trading, get compounded payouts. After getting compounded payouts, then I would move that into a long-term position and then restart that process. So that's quite literally what I've been doing. That's what I would say everybody else should do. There's more leverage in compounding evaluations and funded accounts than funding your own cash account and needing to compound it through trading or additional funds. Happens every day for me on TradeAvate. All right, that definitely makes me feel like you guys aren't trying to steal my login in. Ash, I know everyone has their own rules, but trying to develop my own. If there is a clean unicorn set up in pre-market, should we always be avoiding that? It doesn't. What matters here is that you set a specific time for yourself. Okay, the answer isn't whether it's before New York Open or after. The answer is, when are you capable of providing your sole attention on price? Because you need to be an efficient risk manager, right? So, for example, if you go to work at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the only time that you're capable of focusing on price is from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., then that's your trading window, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., right? What matters is that you're setting a specific time window so you know when a trade is available and when a trade is not available. That's what matters. Now, if you're looking for volatility, yes, in general, volatility enters the market at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. New York Open. So if you're looking for volatility, then yeah, I would say 9:30 to 11:30. But still, 9:30 to 11:30 needs to be that time that you're capable of giving your undivided attention to your risk management. I'm saying this because there's no guarantees with price. There is no guarantee that 9:30 is better than 8:30. There will never be a 100% certainty with price action. You have to understand that there's a random distribution to probability. Sometimes a perfect setup will happen at 7:30 a.m. and play out perfectly. Sometimes it'll be garbage. Same thing with New York Open. Sometimes New York Open is garbage. Sometimes there's perfect setups at New York Open. It's random. There's a random distribution to probabilities. So, the thing that you can control is your risk management. And we control that by setting limits. Set limits on the time that you're willing to risk. That's when you should be focused on. If you want volatility, that's New York Open. If you want slower price action, that's before New York Open. Which one do you perform better in? Right? Ash, brother, it's been a minute. What's up? Hey, M15 changing the state of delivery. What's up? How's everything been? Happy Friday. Welcome back to the stream. Very happy to get back on here with everybody. I've mentioned it before. I'll continue to keep mentioning it. I will be live streaming a lot more here in 2026. What's the hardest emotional lesson you've learned from a massive losing streak? How do you stay detached during live trades now? The hardest emotional lesson. So I guess that would be the hardest emotional lesson is to continue to stick to the process. So it's not easy after a 7-loss streak to continue to feel like your strategy works appropriately or to even have the confidence to say, I'm capable of doing this. But having the focus being on the process instead of the results is the key there, right? So it's not easy because as a human, you get annoyed, you get mad, you think that something needs to be changed. Well, I'm here to tell you that some of my largest losing streaks in 2025 was a 7-loss streak and a 9-loss streak. And even with that being said, I finished the year nicely green. I was green. I was net green for the year of 2025. So I'm specifically saying that to show you that loss streaks are normal. You're going to come across a loss streak at some point in trading. But that doesn't mean that you should change your risk management. That doesn't mean you should change your strategy. That doesn't mean you should get emotionally deterred to the point where you don't like trading anymore. The thing that needs to happen is you need to detach your emotions from the outcome and have the ability to fall in love with the process and allow the results to be a byproduct. I know it's not easy, but that is what has kept me in this game for the long term. That is what has kept me net green for 2025 is that mental and emotional intelligence, that ability to continue even after a 7-loss streak, my plan and my risk management. Very good question. Man, I joined your Discord and have 6 fakes. Yeah. Sorry about that, chat. People have been impersonating me for years at this point. There is hundreds of thousands of accounts that are my name. So please understand that I'm never going to DM you, never going to message you. I'm never going to friend request you. I'm never going to ask you for anything. Okay? You can talk to me here on this live stream or in the general chat of the Discord or in the comments section of my Instagram or my Twitter. I'm never going to DM you. I'm never going to ask you for it. So understand that There are a lot of fake accounts out there, and not get scammed. Not give anybody anything. Keep your stuff. Seriously. All right, chat. Now we're 15 minutes out from New York Open. Now it's time to focus up. Now I'm going to shift the focus from chat over to the chart. Now let's get a game plan created, get our process set in stone. Let's see what we're looking at for today so that we understand our bias, what we're looking at. Let's get some analysis done. Let's get prepared for New York Open. All right, here we go. Now, I'm going to end on ES and NQ. I need to update my trading desk for all of my other assets. So bear with me. I need to go through EU, dollar, oil, ES, NQ. I'm going to start over on EU because I don't focus on EU. Still need to update my trading desk, so I'm going to do the bias, but I'm going to end on ES and NQ so we can focus up for New York. All right, EU, looking for higher prices. The bias was already there, and this is just clear as day. For anybody that hasn't been working with me or doesn't understand the way that I view price or the strategy that I use, here you go. This is a beautiful example. It starts with higher time frame. So at New York Open, right? So, excuse me. Let me back up for a second. It starts with time. First thing that I analyze every single time is time. So I get over to the economic calendar and I look at what red folders are going to occur that day. So I understand time. I have a red folder at 9:45 a.m. Additionally, the opening times are always going to be important. So 9:30 a.m. and 9:45 a.m. is going to be very important this morning. So once I understand time, that's when I get over to the daily chart and I'm looking at swing highs, swing lows, and FVGs. On the daily chart, this is where I get my bias. Okay, this is my direction for the day. On the daily chart, I'm looking at the most recent locations that price has reacted to. Right? So currently, price swept out the Wednesday low into the fair value gap. They created SMT here against the dollar. And inside of a bullish fair value gap, that's where I would want to be bullish. So price taps into a bullish fair value gap. That creates the bullish bias, along with having SMT against the dollar here. So we were looking for an internal to external move. Okay. We are bullish on euro. We are looking to target swing high here from Tuesday the 20th. Okay. I need to take out of this so I can get my trading desk. Couple seconds here. That way, anybody that's not on the live stream can also get the information. Head over to the desk. Heading over to the desk now. There. All right. Two. Third. Bias on the daily chart. Bias remains the same. We're bullish. Looking to target the... Okay. There is you. All right, now let's move. dollar. Over to the dollar next. And the dollar should be inversely correlated to euro. You can also see the SMT here, right? So notice how the dollar did not sweep out the previous day high at the same time that euro swept previous day low. They're inversely correlated. So that's why we're looking at the low on euro and the high on the dollar. But you can see the divergence there, which shows the internal to external move, and looks like this objective has been completed. We were looking for a move to the target, and this doesn't get any closer. So it doesn't need, sure, we'll look to see if it runs below. So still bearish on the dollar, right, to see if it runs below. But in terms of enforcing that bias, we've already went to the target, right? I understand that it's one hair off the target, and that's why I'm saying that target has been completed. So, get this as well. All right, dollar. That in the trading desk. IS chart. IRL to ERL move was correct. Now we are here at the top. And for any of the individuals that are in Discord, you'll be able to see, well, put it in the analysis section of Discord. If you're not in the Discord yet, it's in the description of this video, so feel free to join there. Be able to see. IRL to ERL move was correct. Now we are here at the top. Perfect. Right. After the dollar, we can get over here to oil. So on oil, on Wednesday, if you want to go back to that live stream, I was referring to a volume imbalance here, saying that it looks like it's doing an internal to external move using the volume imbalance. Right, so this is a volume imbalance. This area in here, volume imbalance is essentially the same thing as a fair value gap. Looks like it's targeting there. So it looks like it's doing an internal move to an external move using the volume imbalance. That's what I would be looking at there on oil. Right? That. And long awaited. Everybody's looking for ES and NQ. Get them going too. Here before New York Open. Paired as well. Cool. Okay. ES. We have here. ES. ES, I'm looking for a rejection here. Here is the new week opening gap. Okay. Essentially using the new week opening gap as a fair value gap. Right, so it's going to be the same thing for NQ and ES. They need to invalidate this gap for me to think we're going higher. Right, so what I'm saying here is the only way I'll be bullish is if they go like this, then go like this, then we head higher. They would need to invalidate the gap first for me to be bullish, then look to retest it as an area of support or a move higher. Okay. Oh, wrong button. If that does not occur, then I'm looking at this as an IRL to ERL move. This right here. So today, the information that I need to look for at New York Open is, will this area be resistant? This is my entire question for today. For both NQ and ES. Does the new week opening gap act as resistance? Yes or no? That's what I need to know. If this acts as resistance, then it looks like it's going to do an internal to external move. Okay, so at New York Open, we're going to look for what type of SMT occurs at a key level to understand if we are getting rejected from this new week opening gap. So, get this into the trading desk. This new week opening gap is really making this week quite hard, I must say. Look at the consolidation that's happening here, right? We're inside day bar currently, a indecision bar, and we got rejected the first time here. It's really causing a lot of trouble for this week. So I am definitely going to be patient going into today's session. But this is the question that I'm asking myself in terms of a bias. Will we be getting rejected by this new gap? Yes or no? In Discord as well. Question: why is your open gap drawn so wide? Not actually the little gap between the candles. Think about new week opening gap. Ready? Where did last week close? Where did last week close? Right here. Right? Here's the close of this candle. Okay, so I actually did have it a little bit too wide. I had it on the top. The correct location is the close of Friday and the open of Monday. That's what would be the new week opening gap. Closing price of Friday, opening price of Monday. Right? Because it's a new week. On Friday, we closed here. Then on Monday, we opened here. So we gapped lower on the open. I did actually have it incorrect because I had it on the top of the candle, which this is not the close. Right, this is the close. So that is the correct New Week opening gap now, what I have currently. So, very simple question that we need to ask ourselves here at 9:30. Are we getting rejected by this or not? So either we get this, right? We claim it, turn it into support, and head higher, or it looks like we're getting rejected for an internal to external move. So now that it's New York Open, let's head down there. Let's take a look, see what we're getting. Okay, some things that I want to look at are sessions. What do we got on the sessions? Okay, London took out Asia high and low. Right? London took out Asia high and low. Chat, what do we have here, though? Take a look at this. Look at what happened at London low. Notice how ES took that out. NQ did not take that out. That is bullish SMT at London low. Okay. Bullish SMT at London low. Bullish SMT at London low, then a change in the state of delivery. Right, so it makes sense that they're heading it higher to start the session. Yeah, it looks like they ran that without us. Not going to enter that because it's way too close to the target already. That I'm not chasing that. So be it. I'm not in a rush here this morning. We just got done with our game plan. I'm not going to hop into something within 30 seconds of the open. But this is very key information. We had SMT here at London low. You can see that ES took out the low, whereas NQ did not. So it makes sense that they created a change in the state of delivery and then essentially ran to 2R. So very good job there at the open. That's not something that I'll be executing. We have news coming up at 9:45. Need to be aware of that. See what we get from here. Would you still hop on something with a red folder at 9:45? I'm going to be waiting for 9:45, and then I'm going to look to see what happens on the back half of news. So that's what I would like to see. Wait until 9:45, and then look for a position where I'm currently going. Yeah, I think it's time to make a change again. Don't worry. Elevator is starting. I'm coming. Time to start standing. Got to stand up for New York. All right, let's see what we get here. He said Unk has a bad back or a sore back, so he's got to stand. Dang. Unk status. All right, so be patient, chat. Don't need to be rushing into things, instantly blowing accounts the moment that New York Open is open. Just analyze. Let's find something that we can identify, find the probabilities so that we can properly. That's they took out the gap there too, but the change in the state of delivery is still there. So what happens from here? Curious to see what happens with the news. That's what I'm going to be waiting for at the current moment. I want to see what that red folder does. That should definitely provide some information. Patience, chat. Patience. All right, so it looks like the change in the state of delivery got the long opportunity there. The same thing that I was showing there a couple seconds ago. Let's see if they want to take out the equal highs with that. Start with this for today's session. Did you get in? No, I don't know how to make it any more clear. Like, if me showing this on the chart is confusing you, I already explained that I'm waiting for 945. I don't know how to make that statement any more clear, other than the fact that you'd see the execution on the screen. You haven't seen me place any orders yet. You don't see the P&L fluctuating because there's no trade on. So you'd see the number going up and down, right? Plus 100, blah, 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 blah. See the P&L. But looks like that hopping into some drawdown there. Yes. You'll see the position on the question about it. Yeah, simply just waiting for 9:45 a.m. news. They do with that red folder. Happens on the back half of that red folder. Simply just analyzing and getting on sides right now. Right? And what we're doing is just analyzing concepts that we can identify to see if price is respecting them. Right? A bullish change in the state of delivery with bullish SMT. Price doesn't respect that. That's pretty telling. That is pretty telling. The lower time frames didn't look clean at all there too. Looking to see if they made a breaker here, but they didn't. So neither on NQ or ES. Patient. Still got the news coming up. Do you trade gold at all? No, I really only trade NQ and ES. I'm a firm believer of less is more, so I really only focus on two things. Add a drawdown back into the positive. What a move. Oh. Well, there goes the music. I accidentally did it out of the music. Now you guys only have me for the last 9. I mean to do that. We'll get it back next time. Much focus needs to start right now. Back the time around. What a move there, chat. From basically getting stopped out to near TP. Wow. Hey, Ash, can we short the gold right now? Guys, I'm not on gold. I'm sorry. I focus on ES and NQ at New York Open, so my focus is here. I'm not going to hop over to gold. I'm focusing up. It's New York Open. I trade NQ and ES, so my eyes need to be here. See if they can run through the equal highs there. Two more minutes before the news. How is the marriage life, Ash? That's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Any advice? Yeah. Always say yes to your wife. Best advice I can give you is the wife is always right. Thank you for asking. Hope all is well with you too. That's sound advice. Yeah. Happy wife, happy life. If there's a key that I could leave you all off with here today, happy wife, happy life. I feel your pain behind this. No, I do actually mean it. I'm very happy. You have a great marriage. Literally one of the best things. I love that, Tyler. All right, couple seconds here before the news coming up. Let's get here. See what happens at 9:45 here in a couple seconds. Volatility on the news. See what happens. Okay, some slight volatility there at the release, but real move yet. See if they can go take out the equal highs. Wow, that's some good advice there. Info doctor. Remember, marriage is a relationship where you are growing and going through life as one. Don't treat it like a business. I love that. Thank you for sharing. Make sure your wife is your best friend. I 100%. Like we have some like-minded, professionals. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, pretty lethargic news release. See what ES is doing over here. If ES starts pushing it higher, that'll send NQ as well. But to be completely honest, there's nothing clean about this. We're just kind of stuck in this range here. Stuck in a range. Will they take out the equal lows? Will they take out the equal highs? Like they might be going for the lows again? Let's see. Can't make up their mind yet. Let's see what you guys think. Let's throw a prediction in there. Type a 1 in chat if you think they're going to go for the equal highs first. Type a 2 in chat if you think they're going to go for the equal lows first. Where are we heading here, chat? In my opinion, there's nothing clean about this. In my opinion, this is what it honestly looks like. Get rid of all that stuff, and it just looks like we're squeezing. Right? This just looks like a consolidation. Right? In my opinion, it hasn't made up its mind in terms of direction. It's just squeezing sideways. I don't think there's anything clear about this. You have large wicks on top. You have wicks on bottom. Take a look at the 15-minute. Yeah, look at that 15-minute candle, man. This is ugly. Large wick on bottom, large wick on top. Yeah, in my opinion, nothing is going on yet. Looks like we are just squeezing in a tight range. I'm happy that there's no table yet. That boils down to. See what we get for rest of the session, but as of right now, there's nothing about this. Nothing clean about this, chat. This is why patience is a true virtue right here. Whole lot of nothing so far. Bad PA? Yeah. What is this? Take a look at the 15-minute opening range as well. Yeah, see, we're quite literally stuck in the opening range. Literally. Stuck in the range. Patience, chat. Patience. Anybody grab anything yet? Everybody else capable of being patient, or are we in positions already? Where are you all at? Have you guys found a position yet? Are you in any positions right now? How is it going? Nothing, no position yet. Good morning, Ash. Good morning to you as well. Hope your day is going well. With the unicorn model, can the FBG be anywhere? Here's a bullish example. Okay. Here's a bullish example. The bullish breaker is going to be found in this leg right here. So let's say the breaker is right there. I want the FEG to overlap the breaker. So no, it can't be anywhere. Where I want it to be is aligned with the breaker. Whether it looks like this, or whether it looks like this, or whether it looks like this, I want it to be aligned with the breaker. Okay, so no, it can't be anywhere. I want it to be aligned with the breaker. Yeah, within the breaker, as long as it's touching the breaker, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter where it's touching the breaker, as long as it's touching the breaker. Earlier in the morning, I accidentally did 20 contracts. Oh, on NQ or ES? That 20 contracts on NQ is massive. Instead of 2 contracts, and this was my first time on PA accounts. Jeez. Okay, well, we cannot allow that to happen. I mean, hopefully it was a win, but that is a form of risk management that is just not your first time on PA and you accidentally go 20 times the size. Ooh, hopefully it went in your favor. That's all I got to say. Yeah, if it's slightly outside the breaker, that's completely fine, as long as a portion of it's touching the breaker. This is disgusting, to be completely honest. I have nothing to say about this other than the original information. So far, we have not received confirmation or invalidation to the original information that we were looking at. We pointed to a bullish SMT with a bullish change in the state of delivery, aiming at the equal highs, given many different entry opportunities. Gone into drawdown, it's gone into profit, it's gone into drawdown, it's gone into profit. Still no result yet. Still just wait. This week has been very hard navigating the market. It's really upsetting. No positions this week. You should have no feelings about it. It's really upsetting. That just sounds like you're not objective to the results. You're not objective to price action. And if you're going to start being emotional, it's going to cause you to do things that you might not want to do. So try to be objective, leave the emotion somewhere else. Okay. Just come into the market, catching your emotions and focusing on your process. How do I get out of fear? More experience. Show up to the market more days, gather more data. Conviction comes with experience. All right, chat. Might get a TP opportunity here. There it is. There it is. If anybody took that long that we pointed to this morning, you got to be taking your profits now. It just took out the equal highs. If you took the long from this morning, you got to be taking profits now. It just ran to the target, took out the equal highs. Done. Just took out the equal highs. You got to be done there. You should use value areas. Target is 715 now. That would be great. You could definitely take a look into value areas. That's not something that I've ever used before. What you're looking at here is what I use. I'm not really looking to fall into needing to use too many tools. I'm a huge component of less is more. Chat, who took the W? Who took the long? Throw a W in chat if you took the long there this morning. If you did, you need to be done today. Who took it? Throw a W in chat if you took it. It's an extra confluence. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. I do definitely agree with what you're saying. Leaving runner to 715. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see if who was that? Ross. Ross, let's see if we can get your 715 heading forward. For me, that was beautiful. We got to look at the bullish change in the state of delivery. We got to look at the bullish SMT. The delivery was disgusting. Just a lot of consolidation heading into the news event. The news event was quite lethargic, but now we're getting some direction. Very good job pointing out the change in the state of delivery. Very good job pointing out the SMT. Here's the target there, right? And if you're looking at it as a risk to reward target, that's just a couple points above as well if you're aiming for 2R. But with that being said, I do have the My Funded TV live stream coming up at 10:30. So I'll take a couple more questions. We can do about another 10 minutes or so of questions and answers, but I will need to get a couple minutes to myself so I can get a little snack in before the next live stream. So I'm going to go ahead and close up this live stream in about 10 minutes. That'll give me a couple minutes to myself. And then do me a favor, come on over to the My Funded Futures live stream with me. We can go explain to that group why we were looking at this morning. Going to sound a bit repetitive for you all because you all heard my information already, but come hang out with me. I'll be over there from 10:30 to 11:30 as well. We'll be looking at this information, helping out that community. Get Ross's 715. Come on. Come on, get Ross at 715. Couple more points there. See what we get. See if there's any continuation from. Come on, 715. Can you show the EMA indicator? Yeah, sure. Red line is 9 EMA. Yellow line is 21 EMA. Purple line is 55 EMA. Thank you, Ash. Have a great weekend. Weather will be bad in my area of coastal NC. Yeah, I'm actually coastal NC as well. They did say that we're gonna get a storm here, so not too happy about that. Ever since I've been here, I've never even had snow, so if this year is the first year we get snow, I'll be a little upset, but that's okay. But definitely stay safe. Hopefully, if roads get a little too icy, maybe just hang out at the home for the weekend. Thank you as well for being here, Bob. Appreciate your time. Get Ross at 715. Come on. Good to see you back, sir. Great to be here. Very happy to be here. Going to be live streaming throughout all of 2026, both here on my channel, in my Discord, and over on the My Funded TV channel. Come on, 15 more points for our man Ross. Lots of snow here. No, I haven't seen snow in about 5 years now. I would love to keep it that way. How much is everyone up today? Right now, I'm currently waiting on a withdrawal from my live account. So, in terms of being up, I'm waiting on a $1,000 withdrawal to hit my bank account. Hi, Ash. What days do you go live? So, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I will be live on Twitter and on YouTube from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then, at 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m., I will be live on My Funded Futures YouTube channel. Additionally, the premium group gets live streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, we'll be live throughout the week. Some will be public, some will be private, but that'll be the schedule for 2026. I will be showing up every single day, working and learning every chance I get. So anybody that wants to work and learn with me, you'll know where to find me. I'm not going to say the specific location, but southeast coastal NC. So it won't go very deep the exact location, but southeast. 715. Ross. W. All right, that's it. That's it. Point of control, what'd you call it? Point of control, volume, what? Let's go, Ross. W for Ross. Value areas. There you go. I'm using value areas for the rest of time now. Ross was correct. He just showed us the holy grail. 715 tagged. Need to throw W's in chat for Ross. Let's go. What a beautiful morning. The chop to start the day was disgusting. Now we're getting a move. Love to see the direction. Very good job, chat. Ross is the real G. That is a fact. Alrighty, chat. Just going to take a moment to say thank you to everyone before I wrap this up. I am going to wrap it up now so I can go get a quick snack before my next live stream. Do me a favor. Follow me over to the My Funded Futures live stream. Let's finish the conversation up over there. I will be going live on that channel at 10:30. So in about 20 minutes, go grab a protein bar and a new cup of water. That way I'm good to go on that live stream. But thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate every single person that's here, getting to go over these questions, getting to go over this information. The repetition is what we need. So thank you for bringing value to the chat. Thank you for going through this information with me. The more times we see this, the more conviction we have. Let's keep showing up. Let's keep working. Let's keep learning. If you want to learn with me, you know where to find me. I'll be live here on the live stream. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy Friday as well. Go enjoy the weekend. Go touch some grass. Spend some time with the family. Do something good for the soul. Thank you for your time today. I will see you all over on the My Fund live stream. See you guys soon.